Well, good afternoon, YouTube. How's it going out there in the trading land? My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader. You've landed on the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. Don't forget, this isn't financial advice what I'm going to share with you, but I am going to look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we'll take a glance at LITECOIN charts as well, because we got short. I've been in a short trade, but we've had a move to the upside, and want to talk about what that is, what it could be, and how I'm thinking of it as a trader. So, if that helps you, glad to do it. So I figured I'd come on and give an update here. So let's jump in to the market. Let's start with Ethereum, since that's the one I'm particularly trading. I want to get the analysis here. All right, 249. I'm watching the top of 249. I would like to see this turn around before it hits 249. I'm on the 8-hour chart right now. Let me go to the 6-hour chart. Even the 4-hour chart. There is divergence, clear divergence here on the 4-hour chart. Right here, not so much on the 8 or the 6. But right here, there's divergence for now. It doesn't mean it's going to continue or it has to continue, but there is divergence there. That means there's probably not a whole lot of more upside to go. You can see that on the 4-hour chart, the highest we generally go is right around 90. We have hit that right here. That's actually about 85, the top of that one, but still in the range here of pretty much a standard move to the upside. So, and then we're getting a divergent move here as well. The way I would count this, if it's going to go down, and it may not. So the way I would count this right now is an A, a B, and a C. Looks like a kind of a leading diagonal, though I don't like that as a leading diagonal. It breaks a lot of rules. In fact, it looks more like a WXY to me. But we are getting a fairly impulsive move here. That it's hard to break that down any other way than an ABC. I don't like this wave right here. Again, it breaks some impulsive rules. The main rule is that the third wave would be the shortest in this scenario, and that cannot be in any way you look at the market. So it looks better to me as a W wave. And then an X wave, and then a Y wave, a 3 wave, and this would be an ABC here. Quite impulsive, however. Quite impulsive there. Of course, the C wave is always impulsive. So it's got me looking at this a little bit more carefully, or a little differently here. I don't like how high this has come. Now, Bitcoin, on the other hand, has come right to a region I would expect, and I like a lot better. So anyway, Ethereum just tends to push a little bit more and stronger than Litecoin does, it seems. So anyway, so right now, if it's going to come down, the way we'd have to look at this is some kind of a W, X, and a Y, or an ABC, and you'd have to consider this as a leading diagonal here at the beginning. Again, difficult to see that as a leading diagonal, but nonetheless, there it is. All right. So with that being said, we'd still be this is still being looked at as a 1-2-1, a 1-2-1-2. But if we break, here's where that becomes invalidated. Okay, right at about 249, guys. Right at 249. If price breaks 249, then this isn't a 1-2-1-2. It is something else. Also, if we break this high right here, right there, it is also not a 1-2 wave. It is something else as well. So yeah, this is pretty high. It needs to turn around about now, guys. It really needs to make its turn if it's going to turn and take us down. Otherwise, if it continues on to the upside, I'm not going to feel as comfortable or confident in my short that I am in. So I've taken a step down in confidence as far as my short is concerned. I'm not being shaken out yet. Ready for a stop loss here at above 249. Just depends, again, as long as this divergence remains, I might just hold the position until it comes back, because the market always does come back, especially after pumps like this. You got a pump here and then a reversal. We got this pump here. Should be getting a reversal soon, I would imagine. But don't get too scared. Don't get too shaken out. But just be smart. And when you're uncomfortable in the trade, you need to stop that thing and wait for clarity. You want to protect your capital at all costs as a trader. Okay, so until then, I'm still looking at this as a 1-2-1-2. The secondary way I look at it is a W, X, and a Y wave. And basically, this needs to be, that's a W, that's an X. We're looking for the Y. All right, so that means we'd be looking at this wave right here as a 3 wave instead of a 5 wave, which right now I'm looking at it as a 5 wave. Even though the shape looks like 3 waves. It's more impulsive, like a 5-wave move. Again, these waves are tough to interpret, and this is just kind of where we are. So WXY brings us down here to this region, the downside target for Ethereum. Again, if this holds, this has to hold. So if it holds, downside target's about as low as 190, but I'd be looking 202 to 212. Okay, 212 not as likely as 202. I like 202 a lot. Brings us right in the middle of this zone here, but 190 is a possibility as well. That gives us a 3-wave move to the downside. All right, what else could we be dealing with here? The other option is it's a 1-2-1-2, and we're actually dealing with a much more impulsive wave that's going to end up coming past 190 and deeper. Okay, so I'm not sure about that, obviously, but there is a lot of divergence up here, so keep an eye out for that bearish divergence there. Okay, there's the Ethereum analysis. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Let me take a peek at AU. There we go. I've been trading AU today and just kind of watching that position there. I'm out of the market currently. Let's see. All right, Bitcoin, same thing here, except Bitcoin's a lot cleaner than Ethereum here. Again, could be a WXY. If this is a 5-wave move, then we're dealing actually with an ABC. A, B, and then a C wave. We'll be looking for 5 waves to the downside. That's unlikely to be labeled as an ABC. It's more likely to either be a WXY or a 1-2. A 1-2 and then a 1-2. Again, and I'd be looking at this wave as a 3-wave move, heading up to about $9,500. I've been talking about that target for the last several days. You can get all the way up here to $9,600. Where I'd be getting nervous is about $9,700. $9,700, I'd be nervous about the count, and I would be looking at this differently. I would look and say, okay, we done here. Was this the bottom of something, and then we're heading up? Okay, so that's the way I'm looking at that as well. Again, not shaken out, not stirred in my resolve here, but my confidence level is diminishing as we get these pushes higher. But that's to be expected. Market makers have to make traders believe price is going up, so that we can have buyers in this range. So people that FOMO buy, they buy in this range, while the market makers can sell into their buy-in. Okay, so that's exactly the way the market makers do. So this move isn't surprising to me. It's just Ethereum's a little deeper than I like, and so slightly uncomfortable on the Ethereum side. But Bitcoin looking really good until we get up to about $9,700. If this thing creeps up to 97, I'm going to be a little bit more nervous as far as short. I wouldn't want to be in a short position quite like that, with fear that we might be heading up higher. And then I'd have to reevaluate what this wave is in light of that. Okay, so right now our targets again are about $9,500 to $9,600. If we exceed that, then I'm not going to be looking short right yet necessarily. I'm going to be looking for a little bit more upside before we go short. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so with that being said, downside targets here would be about 82. So if this thing reverses here as we expect, I'm still looking for about 82.50 to all the way even the $7,800 range. Okay, not a lot of structure around $7,800. I see a lot more confluence around 8,200. If we break that, guys, I'd be looking more bearishly, especially if we break $7,300. I'd be looking a lot more bearish. Litecoin's looking pretty bullish as well. We've gotten up here to the 1618, which I don't like if to have a bearish sentiment. In other words, this has become more impulsive the way it's measuring. We're getting a lot of bouncing around this 1618. We do have divergence here. This is the 1-hour chart. The 1 and the 2-hour chart says bearish divergence. So does, I didn't show it to you with the Bitcoin, but you'll find the same divergence on the Bitcoin chart. Excuse me. So yeah, seeing this divergence again pointing downside, but anyway, a strong move to the upside could wipe that divergence out, as always. So a strong move to the upside can always wipe divergence out. So divergence isn't our primary indicator, but it is certainly there on the chart to be paid attention to. All right, guys. Well, that's the way we're looking, guys. That's the way we're looking in the market. Let's take a peek of where we might be headed here. 3-wave move, looking for a 3-wave move here. It's looking pretty done. If it's going to be done, there's the leading diagonal, and then to there. Our downside targets would be about 35 to $32, I should say, for Litecoin. If Litecoin's going down. Yep. I would say 35 is more likely, and then 32 is the next likely target. Okay? All right, there you go. You guys have a great day. Let's keep an eye on this. If there's anything to go live for tonight, I'll go live tonight to help you out if there's something to look at. Otherwise, you have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.